Hey guys, it's Mr. Lyova-jan, and today is April 24th. It's a special day because it marks the 106th anniversary of the Armenian Genocide. Now, normally I wouldn't make a video about this because those of you who know me or know an Armenian probably have already heard about the genocide, but today is different because it's the first day since Ronald Reagan that a US president has acknowledged the genocide. And today, I just spoiled it right there. But today, Biden is he's going to acknowledge the Armenian genocide. And beyond what Reagan did, he's going to acknowledge it all on its own, not in relation to talking about the Holocaust like Reagan did, saying genocides before, genocides after. But he's going to do it on the day of the anniversary of the Armenian genocide, just for us. But we know this is happening, despite what some of the staunch conservative Armenians might believe. Biden will be acknowledging the Armenian genocide. If you've been paying attention to the news, this has nothing to do with Biden. But if you were paying attention to the news, you would have already known that the relation between the US and Turkey was souring, like really bad. Like even Trump was like, we're going to pull out our military bases from there. And they were already starting that. So, guys, if I'd be making this video if Trump was president too. Trust me, like it doesn't matter who was president. Just look at Biden's policy. Look at Trump's policy. Trump built the wall, but Biden, to deal with immigration, is going to continue building it, apparently, I guess. Obama made the migrant facilities that Trump kept running for a while, I guess, until he closed a few of them, and then Biden reopened them again after criticizing Trump heavily. This has nothing to do with Trump and Biden. Like, when there is a demand that the U.S. has, it meets that demand, bar none. So right now, U.S. and Turkey are doing bad, and I believe the tipping on the iceberg. No, what's the word that they use in English? The saying, the straw that broke the camel's back. Tip of the iceberg. The straw that broke the camel's back was, I believe, that Turkey was buying missiles or weapons from Russia, which is not one of our allies. So the U.S. is already just, it doesn't matter, because if Trump was in that position and Turkey made that decision, then Trump would have had to make his decision. It doesn't matter who was president, guys. So don't fight conservatives. Don't fight liberals. I love you Armenians all the same. Come on. But right now, what's important is that we know this would have happened regardless. And if you didn't pay attention to those geopolitical issues, the biggest indicator now, because there's been rumors for a long time that Biden's going to acknowledge it, leaked, and, like it wasn't intentionally leaked out to the press. Everything is leaked out, right? We have basically a whole royal procession going on right now. You have like the New York Times, CNN, all the different liberal media companies, really, that are pretty much on Biden's side of the team as well. I don't see too many of the conservatives posting about it, but there are a few, but a lot of those liberal media companies have already said, hey, it's set for Biden to acknowledge it today. They're not going to set him up to fail. Democrats aren't going to set a Democrat up to fail. It doesn't make sense. It's like watching one of those TikTok videos where someone's like teaching somebody a lesson in the video, but there was... Okay, guys, so part of my footage got corrupted here, and there's nothing I could do to get it back, unfortunately, so I'm just going to edit this part in. But basically what I was trying to say about TikTok is sometimes you see a video on TikTok or some other video, and you'll have some guy standing up to another guy, or there's a fight of some sort, and they're trying to look cool, but there's like, you're kind of thinking in these situations that this happens, and you're like, why is there a camera there, right? Like, Okay, so this person's standing up to this person looking cooler. This person's being really stupid and doing this thing. But why is there a camera there? There wouldn't be a camera. If sometimes people get caught up in the process and forget. But like, if you really ask yourself, why would there be a camera there? Why would we know? Right? And that's the point I'm trying to make about Biden is if these things are just rumors and leaked and Biden is going to make a phone call to Erdogan, like, why would we know? Why would we know, right? Like, or he got on the phone with Erdogan and he said this thing. First of all, I would love to hear that phone call, but why would we hear about it? Of course, they were going to recognize the genocide. That was the whole point, right? Like, there's no way, right, that the media would leak it out and it wouldn't be the case. This is all set up ahead of time, just like those TikTok videos. They're set up ahead of time to make Biden to be like really good looking, So they kind of give us these trail of breadcrumbs over the course of a few months, and we're just because Armenians will take anything they can get at this point, as far as this is concerned. So we're just eating it up, man, and it's all to make someone look good. But on the principles that I was raised under, because I'm Armenian, I'm a Christian, and our ideals. Wow, I don't know if I'll get to this part later in the video. Maybe I'm jumping ahead. But there we go. Armenians should be putting out first, because right now, Biden, they've set this up ahead of time like he's this big, good guy. And it's not him, bro. It's not because of him. And I am, because I'm Armenian and because I was raised with Armenia, we're the first Christian nation in the world. I'm raised on Christian principles. I believe that when you do a good deed, you do it in secret. When you give in secret. When you pray in secret. You're not trying to get the praises of man. If I save somebody's life, for instance, I got my reward, right? I saved that person's life. That's what I was after. Succeed or fail, that's what I was attempting, right? I wasn't attempting to get people to like me. That's not the goal, right? But this is politics, right? So we need to pull ourselves away from that, and we need to make sure that we don't. I don't want to see Armenians sharing like the New York Times or don't share these articles talking about the acknowledgement of the Armenian Genocide. Share like small content creators, like other Armenians or friends of Armenians or people that care about this issue. Share those videos, share those posts. Please don't let them run with our narrative, because they're just going to use it to make themselves look good. They get it, and hey, me saying this isn't going to stop them from acknowledging the genocide anyway. They're giving us a foot. We're going to take a mile. You know what? Because we deserve it. After all the money that they funneled into Turkey and Azerbaijan, that killed thousands in the last war, and all the Armenians that died in Syria after funneling, again, money into Turkey. And Turkey, everyone knows the terrorists came from up north, and we're just trying to displace, get rid of Assad, so that way we could have the Qatar Turkey pipeline going all the way to Europe. So that's what that was. So I just want to say that we still have a lot of work to do, like having Artsakh recognized as an independent nation, or making sure that the U.S. doesn't funnel more money into some of these other countries, Pakistan included, all those different countries that are sided with Turkey and Azerbaijan. So that's what we need to be doing and not lose track, because as much as what Biden doing here is the right thing, we can't forget some of the things he has said in the past that were just less than tasteful, that some of us chose to forget about or ignore or say it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh, the number one example I can think of is when Biden said this is while the war was still going on in Artsakh. Biden said, "Yeah, both sides need to stop being aggressive. It's like, no, only their side was aggressing us. You know, we were retaliating. But Biden did that, and he said that insensitively, he said that Armenia needed to give up the surrounding territories, which was the only protection that a lot of regions like Sunik had. What were those surrounding regions, which historically had been Armenia, and before Russia gave it up, also still was Armenia. And look, he said we should have gave up those surrounding regions, and what resulted from that war? We lost, and we did give up those surrounding territories, and nobody was happy about it. Nobody was happy about it. None of those people that were supporting Biden, fighting back against my criticism. You could support somebody, but like, criticism is valid. Like, don't be all pro Trump, all pro Biden. Don't do that. Don't hop on a train and go all the way down those tracks. Like, when you see something bad, call it out. And here's something interesting. Again, Christian principle. I'm sure other religions have it too, but you have to be critical of your own base more. You should almost not even criticize Trump if you're not part of Trump's party. You should almost not criticize Biden if you're not part of Biden's party. I'm part of the U.S. party. I'd like to criticize everybody, but I understand that some people play sides. And if you're going to play sides, you need to clean out your base. Clean out your base more than you clean out the others. Right? So that was extremely troubling to hear Biden say, and was completely insensitive. Sorry about that. But and let's not forget that Obama denied the genocide back in 2008. He said on his campaign promise, just like Biden, who's part of his cabinet, by the way. These are no different people, honestly. They all have their constituents that they suck up to and appease and whatever. It just, the climate changes, and they have to say things a bit differently now than they did back then. But Obama, his campaign promise was acknowledging the genocide, which no one had done that before him, saying, hey, we're going to do a thing. And he specifically didn't say anything. That's part of the reason why people didn't vote for him again in 2012. He had way less votes the second time around. Way less. The fact that Trump didn't acknowledge the genocide was, if Trump did, he would have won. Honestly, he would have won. His fault. Honestly, he would have won the election. We had people in every state, Armenians, in all those swing states. He could have won. Let that be a lesson. But, yeah, so it's going to be nice. Biden's going to acknowledge it this time around. All the cards are falling into the right place, apparently. Don't be at each other's throats. Let's stick together. Let's share more Armenians. Let's get this done, please. All right. Mr. Lyova-jan, signing out. Thank you. Okay, I lied. Just one more thing right here. Still have to get all the POWs out of Azerbaijan, and they're still stuck there. All those war crimes that happened, we got ignored. The news media ignored us. They censored us. I tried releasing videos. I tried looking up other videos. I clearly saw that they were being censored. The trafficking was being censored. I remember looking up, trying to look up the issue. I don't remember the exact keywords I used on YouTube, but one of the top videos wasn't even English. It wasn't even in Armenian or Azerbaijani. It was Indonesian. It's like, what the heck are those people doing talking about this issue? There's no way they had a larger population size that was looking at this issue. There's zero chance. And videos like that were trending. Why? Because there was no There was no closed captioning, or sorry, subtitles, or yeah, um, that the algorithm could understand and put on the bottom of that YouTube video for them. They didn't know what was being said in that video. So that video wasn't being censored because um, I use a keyword like this war, that war, and based on that word, we got censored. And luckily this time around, because there is this whole giant royal procession, as I'm calling it, or following Biden, all these media companies talking genocide, genocide, genocide. It's going to actually be trending this time for a change, which the war for us should have been. But there's other social justice issues going on in America that were more important, even though their money was the thing that caused our problem and was killing our people. So it's like, okay, whatever. But nothing like that's happening this time around. And for that, I'm glad, right? Um, I mean, a lot of this, honestly, had Obama actually accepted the genocide back in 2008, we wouldn't have been allies with them. We wouldn't, I mean, Turkey. Um, they wouldn't have risked going into Syria or sending people into Syria, like terrorists and stuff from the north. All those people, those Christians that lived in the northern part of Syria, and then further down, all the other people that live in Syria wouldn't have died. Um, the, the whole war in Artsakh wouldn't have been possible with Azerbaijan. Like, so many thousands of lives. Imagine how many thousands of lives could have been saved if Obama did it when it wasn't convenient. Because, I mean, he made it on his campaign promise. He didn't know what he was saying. He wasn't president. And then he gets into the position. He's like, wow, oh, crap. I didn't realize admitting to this meant that. I can't do that, because he didn't do it. So it must have been like some crazy sort of pressure. And this time around, well, they're just doing it. So there clearly isn't that pressure. In fact, they're pressuring Turkey. So it just pisses me off because, you know, my family that died in Artsakh, that we only have pieces left of. I'm sorry for saying that, but that's all that they have is pieces. None of that would have happened had Obama just admitted to, acknowledged the genocide, not just acknowledged it, but legislated, something like that would have been better in 2008. Yeah. What else do we need to do? Quite a bit. All right. See you guys.